The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Hockey New Zealand in association with Sentinel Homes, Vantage Windows and Doors, Computer Concepts Limited, Sky Sport, your home for hockey, and Sport New Zealand. The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League, live.
Well, hello again and welcome to Hamilton, the Gallagher Hockey Centre here in a gloriously sunny summer's evening. A little breezy for match number 8 in the men's competition in the Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League for 2020, and this one's between the Hauraki Mavericks and the Southern Alpiners. Both teams on 2 competition points. And if one of these 2 teams can win here today, they will certainly be going up the table. In fact, the Mavericks, of course, are on 6 competition points. And I've always thought that maybe they should have hockey sticks in their hands and make it a bit more interesting. I don't know, but that's what's happening just outside the hockey centre. As we flash back to the Middle Ages. Mavericks currently on 6 competition points. Yes, they had a win in the first round, 1 draw and 1 loss, and the draw they had was against the Alpiners. They won the shootout, so that's why they're on 6 competition points. 2 points for a draw if you win a shootout, and that's where we are. The Alpiners, well, if they win, then they go equal with the Mavericks, and the race for second place is on Lincoln Churchill. So there is a lot to riding on for both teams here.
Yeah, there certainly is, and I mean especially for the Alpiners, because if they're beaten tonight, then she's all over. She wrote they'll be looking forward to the bronze medal playoff. I say looking forward, they won't be. So it's Mavericks probably got a little bit more of a life if they don't come up with the points today, but they'll certainly be keen to win this game and get themselves established in the final. So
here is the Hauraki Mavericks team, and interesting players resting or not playing today. Number 3, Jared Panchia. Number 7, Matt Reese-Gibbs. And number 11, Aaron Panchia, of course, one of the most capped Black Sticks players of all time. None of those 3 guys are fronting today. Big call by the coach, Dean Cousins, because you're losing almost 500 caps there of international experience in what's a pretty important match.
Yeah, I mean, hand might have been forced with Jared Panchia. Might be still struggling with that Achilles problem he had, which he picked up in the warm-up of, I think, the second match in the competition. I'm not sure what Aaron's situation is, but yeah. And Matt Reese-Gibbs also, a little bit of a surprise admission, scored a fantastic goal the other day.
Here's the Alpiners team, and they're pretty much at full strength. Missing out on their team today, number 3, Joseph Morrison. He's a New Zealand under-18s player. And also number 14, Dylan Thomas. They're not playing today. Neither is Simon Yorston, a 20-year-old Cantabrian player. They're going to be captained by Nick Ross, but 11 Black Sticks in their team. And they have probably, if you want to be brutally honest here, underachieved a little bit in round number 1, do you think, Lincoln?
Yeah, well, they have on the points table. They're just, really probably their main crime has been not putting games away. So they've been in winning situations and then had late goals going against them. So it's been their inability to see out games that's sort of cost them quite dearly. They've shown moments of the class that they have, but haven't taken home.
Well, yes, and your comment there is underlined by the evidence in the last game between these two. The Alpiners actually led 2-1 at half-time, but did concede a late goal to Nick Woods, and they ended up going to a shootout, which, of course, the Mavericks won. Here are the umpires for the game today, and we've got some experienced umpires out there. Simon Taylor is one of the very best in the world, of course, North Harbour man. He's on the left of screen, and David Tomlinson from Manawatu. Both of these chaps, hugely experienced hockey umpires, and it's great to have them here. And here is the Hauraki Mavericks team, and all they have 7 Black Sticks players in their team, including the keeper Leon Hayward. The other keeper, is Taylor Craigie. Aidan Sarakaya, Jacob Suchun, both good players. Suchun got on the score sheet in the first game of round number 1. Max Wyndham-Smith, Tim Neild, Malcolm Curley, all young players on the rise. Marcus Child, number 10, 171 games for the Vantage Black Sticks, debuted in 2010. Cam Haid playing today, number 12. He's had 5 games for the Vantage Black Sticks. Garrick Dutoy, Jonty Keeney fronting once again. Jonty Keeney, 25-year-old, originally from the Bay of Plenty. He's played 13 times. Nick Woods, the captain, an influential player. Xander Fraser. Simon Child is going to be an interesting player to watch today. Perhaps a little quiet so far in the tournament. Shea Iswa, Campbell McLean, Daniel Panchia, and Oliver McIntyre, a Wellington player, is completing the lineup. And the coach is Dean Cousins, one of the true legends of New Zealand hockey. He's played over 300 games for the Black Sticks before retiring in 2014. And now we have a look at the Alpiners. 11 Black Sticks in their lineup today, including one of the keepers, George Anderson. Lewis Beckett is the other goalkeeper. He's wearing number 1. George Connell, number 4, 7 times. He's been capped by his country. Hugo Ingles, one of our great strikers, playing once again today, the 9th most capped player that we've ever produced. Nick Elder, Kane Russell, the current player of the year for New Zealand men's hockey, is wearing 7. Nick Lidstone, Nick Ross is the captain. Number 10, Maxwell Rasmussen played a game for the Tridents in round number 1, but he's back at the Alpiners now. Dominic Newman, Gus Wakeling and Finn Ward, all in the middle of this squad. Wakeling and Ward, under 21s representatives for New Zealand. Jordan Waters in that category too. He's wearing 15. Malachi Bushell, 7 times. He's been capped by New Zealand. Sam Lane, influential player up front. He's wearing 17. David Bryden, a crucial player at the back, as is Blair Tarrant, number 19, one of the hockey legends that we've produced in recent years. And Moss Jackson will complete their lineup, an under 21s striker from 2019. Their coach is Grant Edwards, and we'll be back for the start of this match in just a moment.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, enjoy.
All set for a start here in the Mavericks Alpiners game. Match number 8 in the 2020 Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League. here in New Zealand. I hope you've been enjoying our coverage. It's going to be the Alpiners in the red. They're going to be playing from right to left. And the Mavericks in the orange and black. And there has been a late change. We've just been informed to the Mavericks team. Matt Reese-Gibbs is playing after all. He's wearing 7. And Max Wyndham-Smith is out of the game. So a late change there. And Nick Woods has it, the captain for the Mavericks. And here come the Mavericks downfield through Sarakaya. Dangerous ball runner. But there are plenty of dangerous ball runners in the Alpiners team as well. This is going to be a classic contest.
Good tackle by David Bryden there, using his reach really well. Snuffing out that early attack from the Mavericks.
One touch pass nicely intercepted there by Panchia. Composure in the corner from the Mavericks. Cut out nicely. And here are the Alpiners. Nice touch into the circle from Russell. Cleared away though.
Yeah, well picked up by Ollie McIntyre.
And now here comes Ross. Free hit conceded by the Mavericks. Into the circle comes Ingles. And he's so dangerous in those situations. Alpiners making a good start here as Russell plays it into the circle again, and it's just up into the body of a Mavericks player, quickly taken by Finn Ward.
They don't muck around in those situations, the Alpiners, trying to catch out the Mavericks by taking the hit really quickly before the defence can settle.
Cam Haid wins the free hit, Marcus Child on it now, and he tries to find Cam Haid again, but it's been deflected nicely into the stick there of Blair Tarrant. And Russell, influential player in midfield, so is Ross. Newman, another Black Sticks player. Nice run from Dominic Newman. Russell plays it beautifully for himself here, and it's just gone across the face of goal.
Yeah, well played by Dominic Newman. He did a good job there. Set Russell up, and this is a great little touch by Kane Russell. Opens his body up, little flip over the stick as he receives, and just sails past the far post.
Wow, the Mavericks lucky to not concede an early goal here. It's been a great attack, and there's Simon Child on it now. Simon Child into the circle, goes for the near post play, and it's been deflected out. Nice defending from Tarrant. Got in front of Sarakaya. Waiting for Simon Child to really fire. Didn't do much in that first game, first 2 or 3 games. There's a great tackle from Russell. What a start he's made.
He's been strong. There's also good play by Simon Child earlier to win that ball, to set up that opportunity. One thing he does do very well is pick up a steal.
Great pass. What a pass. And there's the back pass. Still there for the Alpiners. Saved by Hayward. And it's a penalty corner. Simon Taylor, the umpire. What an attack. This has been a good start from the Alpiners, hasn't it, Lincoln?
Yeah, it has been. It was a good ball by Connell and a great pickup by, I think it was Hugo Ingles. Reverse stick trap on the baseline. Didn't have much room for error, and then did a good job of setting up the winning of the penalty corner.
Well, what a start here for the Alpiners.
So they've got Newman on here, which will give them a bit of hope. It's definitely the best injector they have in their lineup, which is one of the problems they had getting corners away. They've got a lot of strike power here with Sam Lane and Kane Russell.
Yeah, Russell on 7, he's to the left, and Lane on the right. And it's gone to Sam Lane. There's the save by Hayward into his pads. The goal is scored, though, by Dominic Newman, who's come into the near post to put away the deflection off the pads. It's 1-0 to the Alpiners.
Yep, good work by Newman. Sort of initial work being done by Hayward to get the stop, and just was a little bit more alert than the Mavericks defence there, Dominic Newman. Really wanted to box us out a little bit better. Probably just, I suppose it was more probably the fact actually that I say let Leon Hayward the initial bit of work. He kind of didn't, because the ball ended up just sitting underneath him. Pretty hard for Nick Woods to clear it.
Wonderful start to the Alpiners. First 5 minutes have been very good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a deserved lead. That the Mavericks, when they've got the ball, have been very guilty of just being very rushed. So they've just often haven't strung any passes together and given the ball straight back to the Alpiners. So I'm sure Dean Cousins will be looking for them to definitely try and get a bit more settled into the match.
Russell goes all the way back here, and Blair Tarrant.
The Alpiners take the lead 1-0 through a goal from number 11, Dominic Newman.
Ross. Good skill from Ross. Good pressure, though, by a couple of those Mavericks players. Tim Neal and also Iswar. Nice switch of play. And now the Alpiners come into the circle again. This is Lidstone. Woods calmly gets rid of it, but not with too much authority. Taken quickly by the Alpiners and Tarrant. There goes the cross, but it's been deflected away. And the Mavericks, again, they're guilty of turning the ball over right on the halfway here.
A little bit of a friendly tussle there between Woods and Tarrant, the two Black Sticks teammates.
Yes.
Woods taking hold of Tarrant's stick for a little bit of the game there.
Good to see competitive. Oh, Woods, that was a pretty decent pass, but Child just couldn't get that.
He just didn't turn around quick enough there, Simon Child. It was a very good lead. Probably wasn't expecting Woods to find him, but it was a fantastic crossfield pass,
Wasn't it? The Alpiners settle it down through Bushell. Now they go downfield, but it's cut out there, and then away comes
Sarah Kira, judging by the way he runs.
Yes.
It's a distinctive running style.
He certainly has. Nice pass there from Nick Elder.
Aiden Sarah Kira all the way from the Hauraki Plains. Thames Valley boy.
Yeah, he couldn't be more Hauraki Mavericks, could he? Coming from
Exactly
there.
right. I think he's the only guy.
Here he is.
From the place that bears the name.
Bangs it down. Great ball. Keeping it in field just as Iswar. Good defending, though, again from the Alpiners, and the Mavericks can't get it into the circle, and there's a chance for Newman to break. Russell. He concedes the free hit, taken quickly by the Mavericks. Free hit, and here comes Suchun.
Did well there, Sachuni. He had Rasmussen all over him.
Woods.
Somehow held the ball.
There's Woods. Good edge to this game, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, both teams, it's very important for both teams, so you do get a real sense of that, the way this game's being played.
Curley on it, Malcolm Curley. Again, another little stick there from George Connell. Proved a decisive play.
He's been very good in the tackle, George Connell. Made a number of comments last week about critical tackles he pulled off. It's been very, very solid in defence for the Alpiners.
Tarrant's just come back into the game. Measures the pass. Engels with a pass which is hit, kneeled on the leg. So it's going to be Alpiners' possession. Here's Engels into the circle. Back for the shot. No goal though. Moss Jackson's goal not allowed.
Hugo Engels did a good job to exploit the rules there. Taking those free hits quickly and perhaps not on the mark. Certainly, I think the Mavericks would have had a bit of a protest if that ball had found the back of the net from Moss Jackson.
Good work from Fraser to win the ball for the Mavericks. Campbell McLean, 20-year-old from Waikato University. Goes the pass downfield to Jonty Keeney, who has it. Comes back infield, Keeney. But again, that's a nice touch from Bryden. But it's still there for the Mavericks. Newman with the tackle, but he concedes the free hit.
George Connell missing a tackle on that Reese Gibbs. A good bit of skill from Reese Gibbs going through the legs of Connell.
Reese Gibbs back. And across now to Daniel Punchier. The only Punchier playing today. Aaron Punchier not playing. There's a nice surge into the circle. Oh, great tackle. That was clean as you get. He can come round to our house and mop the floors, Blair Tarrant. He'll do a great job. And that has harmlessly sailed out.
Yeah, he's been cleaning up messes at the back of the Southern defence for years.
Now, the Alpiners come forward again, and this is a good run by Bryden. Probably allowed to run a bit too much. Woods likes to control things, doesn't he, Nick Woods at the back? But he hasn't really had the opportunity to do that today with 4 minutes and 24 to play in this first quarter. Goal scored by Dominic Newman off the penalty corner. This is controlled by Finn Ward. And this is Newman. Right in the corner. And he's lost control of that one.
Yeah, maybe not the right option from Finn Ward there to throw that to Dominic Newman running into the corner like that. It's one thing if players can get round the outside and then along the baseline, but if they're just going to be shepherded into the corner, you're probably better off trying to either play the ball backwards or bring it across the field.
Well, it's going to be a green card there for one of the Alpiners players. A great run by Garrick Dutoy. So Fraser's going to take it. So 2 minute sideline on the chair for number 12, Gus Wakeling. So that's who's off the field, and there's a good tackle by Ingles. Stops the momentum just a touch. Dutoy down to Fraser. Fraser will flick this in, and it's been deflected out for a long corner.
Yeah, good opportunity for the Mavericks here just to get a little bit of control of the ball. The Alpiners reduced to 12 men. It's a bit harder to defend these type of situations.
Woods couldn't crash it in, and it's been taken away by the Alpiners, by George Connell. Ward.
Again, you wonder whether the Mavericks might have been better to have tried to make a few more passes and get the defence scrambling more before trying to enter the circle.
Now Marcus Child, well, that wasn't well directed, that pass. Ingles almost got it. Fraser calmly back to punch here. Now Nick Woods out on the right. He crashed this one in. Not many Mavericks players in the circle, though. Now Simon Child's drifted in. Same with his brother Marcus. Also up there, too, is another player. But in the end, now the Mavericks are just struggling to even get into a position to play it into the circle. As Woods tries again. It's trapped nicely, but good tackling again by the Alpiners. Picked up, though, by Suchun. He's trying to scoop it into the circle.
It's well defended by the Alpiners.
Yeah, the Alpiners have been defending really well, Lincoln.
Yeah, they worked hard. They had to work hard. They got a man in the bin. And they ran hard to try and make sure they were constantly getting some pressure on the ball there. Did a good job of it.
Here's Wakeling still on the sideline. It's the Alpiners playing with 10. Woods tries to turn it into an attacking situation straight away, and this looking more likely for the Mavericks. That's if Reese Gibbs can cross it in, which he has. And a penalty corner's conceded. Umpire Tomlinson will set it up for the Mavericks.
Ironically there, it was sort of all of the opportunity the Mavericks had on the ball. They didn't really generate anything. It was off an Alpiners turnover that this started.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Well, there was no Mavericks player anywhere near there, Lincoln.
Really unfortunate for Jordan Ward because it came off the stick of George Innocent. He couldn't have seen that coming. A bit of a gift for the Mavericks.
Well, let's see if they can capitalise on what was probably determined as a lucky penalty corner for them. But if they can get it in here. And it's going to be Woods. Woods scores! There he is! Well, Nick Woods, his third goal against the Alpiners in this competition, and the lucky penalty corner has been converted into a goal.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take that, the Mavericks. I don't think it's been a very convincing 15 minutes of hockey from them, but this is some flick from Nick Woods. You know, his go-to flick is generally that low right-hand side of the goal. It's where he might have beaten Anderson in the first round there. I think he beat him a couple of times there in the first round, and you saw Anderson fly down to that corner to try and block that, but then he binned it over him into the top right-hand side. Fantastic flick.
Yeah, great goal from Nick Woods. Nick Woods continuing a strong tournament for the Mavericks, and good time to score within 90 seconds of the quarter break. Now the Alpiners are keen here, but here's Woods making a strong tackle. Good play from Woods. He likes to run the show, Nick Woods, doesn't he? Captain of the team, 128 games for New Zealand, and here he is, playing against the Alpiners by himself at the moment. Finally gets some support from Panchia and Dutoy.
Yeah, they are doing a pretty good job, the Alpiners, of making it hard for the Mavericks. And one of the things that Dean Cousins talked about in one of the halftime interviews was just them struggling to find presence in the middle of the park.
Now Russell, with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter, they will run out of time. And well, a quarter of hockey, which was probably dominated by the team in red, but the scoreboard doesn't show it. It's 1-1 in this match.
Yeah, mentioned earlier, the Mavericks would certainly take that scoreline because I think they're a bit lucky to be even Stevens. The Alpiners have started a bit stronger. It's been the story of the Alpiners competition, though, to be doing well in matches but not on the scoreboard.
Well, just those shots on goal, yeah. 5 already to the Alpiners. So that's really the only major difference between the two teams at the moment.
Be interesting to see what tweaks Cousins makes here for the Mavericks, because again they're really struggling to generate any breach through the Alpiners press, and the Alpiners just quite happily watching them throw the ball into the sideline, and it just tends to die, or it's a very difficult place to generate a threatening attack from. They need to get the ball into the middle of the field and ask some questions of the Alpiners defence, and something they haven't done particularly well. So we see the first penalty corner. Sam Lane, and just Leon Hayward unable to, they stopped it, but when I was unable to clear it, unable to get any power, it just went between his legs a little bit, I think, is how that's happened.
How often do you see the injector sneaking into the near post to put away opportunities from penalty corners?
Well, you do see it a bit. I mean, they don't often as easy as that one.
And there's the second one from Nick Woods. Did that take a little deflection?
I don't know that it did. He got a lot of time to get it away, though. You can see he held it in the stick for quite a while.
No.
And maybe Sam Lane didn't get the best run at that. I think he was running one there for the Alpiners.
Well, power. A wonderful power finish there from Nick Woods. So those are the two goals. We thought this game was going to be close, and, well, the scoreboard says what we suspected would happen. Second quarter underway. Mavericks on 6 competition points. The Alpiners on 2. The Alpiners can win this game. They'll join the Mavericks in second equal place. Earlier today it was the Falcons winning 3-1 over the Tridents to preserve their perfect record. 4 wins from 4 games. And now Ross. Bryden. It's for support on that far side of the field, and Sam Lane has it. But he's lost that one, and it's going to be Mavericks' ball.
Yeah, well defended by the Mavericks. Simon Child coming up and just pressuring the Alpiners back into that right-hand side where the Mavericks had plenty of numbers and made it pretty tough for the Alpiners make any progress.
And now the Alpiners are pressing the Mavericks defence pretty well here.
And that's what they need more of, the Mavericks. So Simon Child just providing a target. They get the ball into the middle and then can come out the other side.
That's Marcus Child with the pass downfield for Kenny, but it's cut out by Bryden. And now Kenny coming forward here. Oh, he's lost it.
Often just requires a little bit of bravery, both from someone running in there and wanting the ball and someone giving the ball, because it's a bit of a disastrous spot to turn it over in the middle of the park there.
Woods. Haid near there for the Mavericks. There's a chance. Well, wasn't declared with any authority whatsoever. Everyone was just standing around there for a second.
Yeah, it was gold, but it was very dribbly, wasn't it?
Dutoy. Simon Child. Can't get it. Nice interception there from Russell. Okay, Russell doesn't do much wrong, does he? Good player.
That's good, and that was really well done by Tarrant, able to receive that going forward. I think it was
there's a
great
clever pass. Oh, it's not able to be controlled, though. Gee whiz, that's an opportunity gone there for the Alpiners.
Yeah, it deserved to be trapped, that pass. Tom Newman, I think they're unable to catch up with it. Yeah, fantastic skill from Hugo Ingles, being able to just throw that aerial ball while he's running forward. Requires great vision, and it's not an easy skill to perform either. He set Sam Lane up with it wasn't from a running overhead, but he set Sam Lane up in a similar situation earlier in the competition, not a running, but an overhead across the field like that.
Here's the Mavericks coming through Sarakaya into the circle. Now that's eluded everyone except Ingles. Good tackle coming in there from Cam Haid and Child. Nice control from Iswa. Oh, that's great skill from Haid, but it's just gone a little bit too far.
It would have been some gather from Cam Haid.
A little soft hands would have been brilliant there.
Mavericks just looking to try and get a bit more pressure on the Alpiners here.
Simon Child playing a bit deeper in the field. Lost that one over the sideline. Connell plays it back for safety. And now Tarrant. Jordan Ward has overcooked that one.
Yeah, it's just that ball that you sometimes maybe don't want to force where you're throwing it. I mean, even if Sam Lane catches up with it, he's pinned on the sideline. You just wonder whether maybe not going into those pockets is a wiser idea when you can't get any forward flow through that area.
McIntyre.
Looks like a bit of a clear tactic here from Cousins to get Simon Child back in and around that ball at the back for the Mavericks and get someone who's comfortable receiving it in those areas. It's working well for him here at the moment.
This is Malcolm Curley. Campbell McLean and McIntyre. Woods.
You see Simon Child just operating in front of the back two of Nick Woods and Ollie McIntyre here, getting on the ball.
It's Child getting a rear touch. Woods again. Woods runs. 3 players in the circle. And it's come off an Alpiner stick for a long corner. Child. This is Simon Child. Looking like he wanted to crash it in, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Not often you see Simon Child pull out of that kind of situation. He obviously felt definitely wasn't on. He does love to crack a ball across the circle if he can.
Woods. Sarakaya and Mavericks enjoying a good period of possession here.
Yes.
Now they pull the trigger a little bit. That's a good pass. Didn't go for McLean though. It might end up okay here for the Mavericks. Iswa. And Tarrant will calmly clear it. No, it's still there. And now Ross. And they've done brilliantly there, the Alpiners. And away comes Nick Elder. And Russell.
Yeah, it's better from the Mavericks. They've got better shape and able to control and move the ball better, and it's just testing the Alpiners out a little bit more. So changes Dean Cousins has made at the quarter break are working quite well.
Yeah, Lane couldn't quite catch up with that one. So no change to that quarter-time score, 1-1. Goal scored by Dominic Newman for the Alpiners, and Nick Woods, the man in possession right now for the Mavericks from a penalty corner. Oliver McIntyre, Wellington player. Played it professionally in Belgium. And now Tim Neild. McIntyre again. That's a challenging one. Nicely controlled by Neild. Long corner. McLean to take it. Back to McIntyre. And now Dutoy on the left-hand side of the field. The Alpiners are getting everyone back behind the ball. Finally a crash ball into the circle. Doesn't work. Being nicely controlled by Russell, and now Tarrant. Had Moss Jackson ahead of him. Tarrant holds it back, and Ross. Oh, he did really well there, Ross. Remember that play. If the Alpiners can turn this into something, but it looks like Dutoy's got it under control now. And it will be Mavericks' ball.
Yeah, Nick Ross used every fast twitch fibre available to him.
And every bit of wood on that stick of his, too, to get that one. And now Kenny will play it back to Dutoy.
Or every bit of carbon fibre.
Yes.
No
wood anymore, eh?
No wood sticks anymore. We were a wee bit of time since the wood stick was around.
Still sounds like wood, though, doesn't it?
It does sound like wood. Yeah, they've got very good at making it feel and sound like wood. It was amazing when the carbon fibre sticks came in. There was this sort of a real period of sort of people being in either one of two camps, whether people would use the carbon. But yeah, it's she's all changed now.
Jackson. Still there for Jackson. And now it comes back for Jordan Ward and Blair Tarrant. Both teams playing quite similar at the moment, Lincoln it feels. As the ball comes in, could ricochet for the Alpiners.
Yeah, both teams have been sort of showing a little bit more control with the ball when they've had it, which is, well, to be fair, the Alpiners did that in the first quarter as well. It's just the Mavericks that have come to the party a bit more in this run.
Connell. And unfortunately, it's cannoned straight into the foot there of that Alpiners player.
Yeah, it was a good passing option from George Connell, but probably not the way he executed it. So he has sort of gone to sweep that and slid it off the face of the stick, which what that does mean is the ball absolutely spins like anything, which makes it a lot harder to receive. So he might have been better served to just either sweep it or hit it in a more orthodox fashion.
Woods back to Panchia. Daniel Panchia today. No Aaron Panchia. John T. Keeney losing it to Dominic Newman. And now Russell. Russell with a heads up. Holds it back for Lidstone. And now this is Ingles. And he's lost it over the sideline. So no magic that time from Hugo Ingles. 4.5 to play. This has been a real feature of this second quarter, hasn't it? With the Mavericks holding the ball at the back, Lincoln.
Yeah, they've done it much better. So they've got 2 points of contact in here with Fraser and Marcus Child. Fraser on it now.
It's a good runner with the ball, Xander Fraser.
He's asked big questions of himself running into there.
Exactly.
He's got a free hit, which he'll be thankful for because he got himself in a bit of trouble.
It's like he ran into an invisible obstacle there. Panchia. This is Jackson. No, it's not. It's McIntyre. Holding it in the corner. Oliver McIntyre. Well, and that's going to fall onto Ingles' stick. Ingles, great pass. Measured it nicely. Tarrant's come in. There's the shot, saved by Hayward. There wasn't the power on it that Tarrant was really looking for.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with himself there, Tarrant, because he's actually got a very, very good backstick hit on him. It was really the type of goal-scoring opportunity he would dream of. I mean, I mentioned it the other day. It's amazing for a central defender how willing and able he is just to get those legs of his pumping and get himself all the way up. You know, found himself the most forward player of the Alpiners team.
And now he turns up on the right-hand side of midfield. Does Tarrant? Free hit is conceded by Nick Woods. Ingles. What a pass that he played in there just before. Yeah, Woods concedes a free hit. Beautiful little touch.
It was fantastic. I thought the opportunity had gone because he'd sort of held the ball a moment, but he actually was doing that on purpose to set it up so Tarrant could get a bit further forward before he gave it.
Nick Ross. Away comes Simon Child. But he concedes the free hit. Ross on it again. Seeks the safety of David Bryden. Blair Tarrant. Ross is going to win a free hit. Important period here for the Mavericks. They've been dominating possession in this quarter. They would hate to go a goal down again in these last couple of minutes. Woods hassled, but he wins the free hit. Now Simon Child is free downfield, but that one he's not going to get.
Yeah, needed a bit of backspin on it. A little bit careful there, Gus Waitling. He kind of made a little bit of a reckless challenge to give away that free hit. He was just sitting on a green card from a challenge he made earlier in the match, and actually the Mavericks scored off the back of that spell of the Alpiners being down a man.
Look at the turn from Ingles into the circle. Here's the chance. Here's the goal, maybe. No. How did they not score? Sam Lane.
So there's all sorts of stuff going on here.
Here goes Simon Child.
Protest. It looked a bit like Hugo Ingles was standing in the goal, but we've lost the replay there.
Well, I've almost conceded at the other end, the Alpiners.
So here it comes. It's Ingles on the baseline. It's back to Waitling and then Lane and then, yeah, it looked, I mean, it's hard to see that on that line where he hit Ingles in the body, so either he was standing outside the goal, or if he was standing inside the goal, he's robbed Sam Lane of being on the score sheet.
So we're into 30 seconds of this first half. Now the Mavericks have the opportunity to score a late goal in the quarter. Daniel Panchia, nice one touch. This is Rhys Gibbs. Conceding the free hit is Bryden. Still time here for the Mavericks to crash it in, perhaps. Look for a deflection. There it goes. It's straight in front of goal was Fraser.
There's a nice little bit of play there. McIntyre to Rhys Gibbs and putting it across goal.
And that
nearly
will do
found
it
the back of the net.
for the second quarter. Wow, what a helter-skelter finish to that quarter. After pretty settled play through the first 12, 13 minutes, to the last 2 minutes were fantastic. But there were no goals in it. It's 1-1 at half-time.
Alpiners goal was scored by number 11, Dominic Smith, and the Mavericks scored by number 15, their captain, Nick Woods.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, Enjoy.
Introducing the new Ford Escape ST Line X. Packed with the latest features so you can get moving, do more and go further. Now available with the Ford Assured Future Value Finance offer. Simply pick your payment plan and at the end of the term choose if you want to keep your Ford Escape, return your Ford Escape or upgrade to a new Ford. Easy. Ford. Bring on tomorrow.
So, Egypt, exciting.
It's been my lifelong dream to see the sunrise over the pyramids. Oh, it's silly, really.
Not at all. The room, it must be 502.
More than ever, we need our parents to be more supportive so we can go out there and have some fun.
We're on a mission to find some of our most famous sport parents.
To give our parents some helpful advice.
So do you think you'll be able to help us out?
Absolutely. When I played sport, it was all about having fun.
Talk about the effort they win and not about the fact that they won the game.
Try and encourage our kids to get involved in as many sports as possible.
We want to build kind, strong, resilient athletes.
They see and watch your behaviour all the time. They see everything.
Don't pressurise them and trying to make them improve too quickly.
Kids coming in with a lot of overtraining injuries.
They're not supposed to know how to have the winning mindset at the age of 12.
If they come off that field or come off that court with a smile on their face, then I'm a happy man.
We came up with 10 golden rules
for being an awesome sport parent.
To check them out, go to besportive.kiwi.
Well, we're at half-time here in this game between the Southern Alpiners and the Hauraki Mavericks. It's 1-1 at the moment. Dominic Newman getting the goal for the Alpiners in the first quarter, and Nick Woods getting the equaliser from a penalty corner also in the first quarter. There were no goals in the second quarter, so it's beautifully poised, beautifully set up for a wonderful second half of hockey. Let's get some half-time reaction now and head down to Lincoln.
Here with Grant Edwards, coach of the Alpiners. Grant, you'd be pleased with the first half?
Yeah, it was ebbed and flowed a little bit. I think we had a good start, and then the Mavericks were very much on top for about the last part of the first quarter. But pleased with how we finished the half, and looking forward to the next half.
Yeah, so obviously a bit do or die. You'll be pulling out all the stops, using all of your wisdom for the second half?
Yeah, look, we expect the best players to start performing at this point, and we're certainly looking in a key area in the circle, being able to not only create more chances, but to latch on to them a little bit more and get a bit more focus towards that goal.
All the best for the second half. There you go.
Let's have a look at the stats. And in fact, the score, of course, that's the stats from the previous game, of course, which were dominated by the Falcons 3-1. Now the stats from this game, 1-1. Shots on goal, 3-1 against, or in favour of the Alpiners. But circle entries pretty even against both of these two teams. So the stats reflect the evenness pretty much of this contest. Let's go back to Lincoln now and get some reaction now from Dean Cousins.
So here with Dean Cousins of the Mavericks. Bit of a slow start, but your boys turned it around quite well.
Yeah, it was a bit. I'm pleased with the second quarter. It was a lot more about what we want to be about, so challenging them a little bit more with the ball, with our shape, and getting a few more opportunities around the outside, which is pleasing.
Yeah, I thought there must have been some masterstroke coaching there in that quarter-time team talk, and much the same at half-time. Big plans for the second half?
I wish it was me. No, I think the guys are doing well. Just application to what we spoke about, which is really good. And the second half is just really more about the same. How well can we repeat that and just keep going under what I'm sure will be probably a bit more pressure from the Alpiners.
Oh, well, good luck.
Dean Cousins there. What a legend of a player he was as well. 18 goals in his career, 13-year career for the Vantage Black Sticks between 2001 and 2014. So this game all set up for a wonderful second half. Don't forget the Falcons, reminding you the Falcons won the first game today 3-1, and they have continued their outstanding form. 4 wins from 4 games. They've already sealed a final spot for Sunday with 2 games up their sleeve, which is quite incredible. Next game is coming up tomorrow, and that'll be the Tridents and the Alpiners. And depending on the result here today of this second half, that could be hugely important for the Alpiners tomorrow. And then the match following that will be the Falcons and the Mavericks at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So the second to last games in round robin pool play coming up tomorrow night here from Hamilton. Here is the goal again for Dominic Newman off the rebound off the pads from Leon Haywood. And now the equaliser from Nick Woods, who absolutely buried it in the top left-hand corner from his perspective. What a cracking finish that was. So 1-1 in this game. Well, all scenarios are at play here, Lincoln. I can see the Mavericks winning, I can see the Alpiners winning, and I can also see this game finishing in a draw, so we'll be heading to a shootout. I am not sitting on the fence, I'm pretty much sitting on 3 fences.
Yep, I think you're right. This is it bodes well for an exciting half of hockey. I mean, both teams will be desperate to get the result. Really, either team gets a win here, it'll set them up pretty well for the remaining 2 games.
Well, particularly the Mavericks, who are 4 points up on the Alpiners on that table, just waiting for the half-time period to end. There's still 35 seconds left before we can get the second half underway. So really important the Alpiners go on and win this game. Then they go to 6 points, join the Mavericks, and then we'll have a heck of a race.
Yeah, it becomes all on from there.
But if the Mavericks win, they'll go to 10 points, leaving the Tridents and the Alpiners languishing on 2 with 2 games to play. So that means the Mavericks would have to lose their last 2 games, and then it'll come down to a goal differential situation.
Yeah, there's a number of ways they have that recipe in these formats. Sometimes it comes down to shootout wins and all sorts of stuff. So you've really got to study the rule book thoroughly.
Well, we've done that, and it's definitely goal differential.
Okay.
Yes, that's the first tiebreaker criteria. We checked that because we had a scenario looming in the women's just last week where that could have eventuated, and that was the tiebreaker criteria number 1. So the Mavericks, well, jeepers, that was McIntyre slipping on the surface over there.
Managed to recover. A little bit of water put on the turf at half time, so sometimes it just means it's a little slippery for the first few moments. And
Sarah Kaya has just given possession away there on a silver platter to the Alpiners. Ingles.
There's people falling all over.
Now Ingles has lost his stick.
It's like the Laurel and Hardy show out here for the first few minutes. Half people dropping sticks, falling over, turning the ball over. It's nauseum.
It's like they're playing hockey on a bouncy castle at the moment. Struggling to stay upright. Now Bryden, can he settle it down? And now Connell. Bryden again. Pressured up high here by Rhys Gibbs, but Bryden coming forward. Nice surge then. A good pass in the end. All the way down to Sam Lane. No, it's a difficult bouncing ball, but the umpire says it'll be a free hit to the Alpiners outside the circle. Connell, dispossessed by Woods, who gives up the free hit. Not a bad free hit to give up there, is it, Lincoln? Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was, again, did well to meet him outside the circle so that if it is a free hit, it's just a free hit.
Connell being forced back to the corner by Dutoy, and that's gone over the baseline for a long corner. Came off a Maverick stick. Ross takes it quickly. Ingles looks for a teammate. Referee has blown his whistle. Another free hit outside the circle.
You're always lively, Hugo Ingles. Just a nice little receipt of the pass from Ross. Staying mobile, making a good connecting pass.
Well, Ross got himself jammed up there. It's like he was playing in a one-bedroom apartment. And now Fraser in the corner doing likewise.
Funny little... Oh, here we go.
All right, it's back in the hands of Nick Ross. Ross sweeps it across. And away comes McIntyre. And now there's two players clear here. McIntyre, can he get it to them? Haid trying to sneak through Russell. Wow, that was interesting. The Mavericks really should have done better there. They had two players up front there with green pasture in front of them.
Yeah, it was on for young and old, and unfortunately, Cam Haid just found himself in a foot race with Kane Russell, and Kane Russell was very fast, so not many players would win a foot race against him.
Haywood gets rid of it, but all the early questions coming from the Alpiners in this third quarter. Bryden. Over to Connell. Connell crashes it in. Not deflected particularly well by the Mavericks, and Woods has got it. Maybe a little fortunate there, the Mavericks again. Looking for the free hit and earning it are the Mavericks. Now they can come clear as Woods plays it quickly. Appeals that Ross wasn't the 5, but play on's the call. Lane now to Ross. Oh, he couldn't control it. He's kept it in the field of play. No, he hasn't. Wow.
A lot of protest flags getting raised there. The Alpiners felt it should have been their ball to start with, and then the subsequent free hit. Ross perhaps showing that his awareness of how big 5 metres is not quite right, but main thing was that David Tomlinson had the same opinion he did.
Hold it back on, and Russell's got it. Straight away, it's into Ingles' stick. He's front on here. Oh, he's given too much space. And Hugo Ingles doesn't miss from that range. 2-1.
He certainly doesn't. And that really, I mean, yes, you've got to give the Alpiners some credit, but this was just appalling defending from the Mavericks. To let Kane Russell receive the ball in the middle of the park without any pressure and to turn around and be able to make that pass. You can see Kane just having all the time in the world there just to pick his pass. And that was a little bit too easy too for Hugo Ingles to pick that ball up, and jeepers, that won't make for good watching.
Well, could that be the decisive
video analysis session for the Mavericks?
No, it won't. So will that be the decisive play? Mavericks not cracking at the moment in the third quarter.
Yeah, and good finish from Hugo Ingles, it has to be said too. He still had a bit of work to do. Elude the defender, and then it was a very, very good shot on goal. Unstoppable for Liam Hayward.
Sarakaya trying to spark up his team. Likewise, Sue Chun, but he's lost it. Nice gather from Nick Elder. And now he's got it again, Elder, and now he's away. And that's going to go against Mavericks and Tim Neild.
Touch lucky not to see a card there, Tim Neild.
Yeah. Oh, that's bounced for Russell. Look out! Oh, he didn't get it on target. You would have backed him in space like that to at least get it on target, Kane Russell.
Yeah, he just probably went a little bit too hard at that with a bouncing ball. You do need some control, and I can tell you can see whoever was on the camera here as that ball was hit. I've got a good view of them from where I'm standing, and people were diving for cover up on that tower. It's not where you want to be standing.
Well, there are
Kane Russell.
There are two camera operators up there, including our own, and they are standing in front of some shrink wrap that has just been pounded by balls. It's got dents in it for Africa. Now Tarrant, and now Lane, and now Tarrant again. Oh, he wasn't looking.
Yeah, to be fair, he probably wasn't the time to throw that pass. Sam Lane, he maybe should have just waited a moment till the players got ahead of him. Well done by Tim Neild to get the ball to the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, Sarakai's done really well. Now Haid, who in fact that's Kenny crashing it in. Deflection though goes out off an Alpiners stick. So long corner. Sarakai, there's the early one-touch pass. This is interesting for the Mavericks, and it's not going to go for them. It's going to be Alpiners' ball. Umpire Simon Taylor gives the Southern team possession.
Yeah, a couple of good moments for the Mavericks there. They need more of that.
Ingles, the goal scorer, trying to do a number on his Black Sticks teammate Nick Woods. Finally, another Alpiners player gets it. That's Brighton smacking it downfield, and it's gathered by Lane, but a nice tackle by Sarakaya. Sarakaya's away. Doesn't get the free hit.
Does eventually.
So Woods will take it.
I wonder the Alpiners, if they find themselves 2-1 up late in this game, whether it will start to play on their minds that it's a situation they've been in a few times over the course of this league.
Yes.
And that's an interesting one.
Ingles has it off the free hit. Pass coming downfield from Rasmussen. Woods, nice control from the reverse stick position. Good pressure coming in from the Alpiners on punch here. He's lost it. Now Jackson. Xander Fraser. 3 Alpiners around him. Punch here. Not making it easy for themselves here, the Mavericks. There's 5 players up there for the Alpiners, and it works. Good pressure.
Yeah, pretty tough when you're in the pocket like that and teams get around you. The best sort of outcome you can hope for is to try and maybe win a free hit.
Connell plays it forward, and it's gone off a stick, yes, and I think Simon Taylor's called that. It's gone off an Alpiner stick. I think he got that one right.
Just finally seeing the sun starting to, difficult quarter for the Mavericks, looking straight into the setting sun here. Also a very difficult quarter for the umpire, David Tomlinson, looking straight into that same sun.
Punchy out to Keeney. He's overcooked that one.
Yeah, certainly set a man on a boys' errand with that pass. It was travelling at 3 times the speed it needed to be.
Yeah, it's travelling at light speed as opposed to the speed of sound, eh? Here comes Ross. Through the legs goes Gus Wankling, and they've come up with it nicely, the Alpiners, and this is Lane. Oh, good tackle. I think that's McLean who made that one. Very good tackle. Cam Haid.
It's better from Haid.
McLean again.
On the pass there.
Oh, and a good ball again from him. This is Rhys Gibbs to the baseline. Tarrant is shadowing him. Rhys Gibbs tried to get it back to Cam Haid, and Marcus Childs got it. Now there's space. Tim Neild crashes it in. There's a little pass from Cam Haid, and Keeney couldn't get on it. But a pretty decent attack from the Mavericks then.
Yeah, looking a bit more likely, but it is a bit, when they kind of get around that fringe of the circle, they do look a little bit like they run out of ideas, and often it sort of comes down to just sort of trying to crack it in there and hope for the best.
Well, that's where you need Simon Child up there, don't you? I know he's not on the field at the moment, but that's where a little bit of magic can come from someone like him.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that's where, you see that, and here he is now.
Yeah,
a bit
on
of magic
the ball
perhaps
here.
coming.
Well, we're waiting for him to weave something.
Yeah.
And he's earned a penalty corner there.
I mean, that was basically, he just came on and proved our point there, didn't he? Gets around the circle, shows a bit of skill. See it here, holds the defender off, little lifting skill, and then through the legs of Finn Ward, and it's the second penalty corner of the match that is being blown against Finn Ward.
And it could be a Nick Woods special again, Lincoln. I mean, you'd have to go to him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he certainly showed up with the goods so far.
So Woods, McIntyre. And it's going straight to Woods. It hasn't been trapped by Fraser. They might make it okay, though. His Child. Oh, and he's put it over. Oh, that makes you angry if you're a Mavericks.
Yeah, it's a bit
player.
frustrating.
Yeah.
Frustrating, missed the trap. It looked like a pretty good drag. And Simon Child just getting this, and I think the ball hadn't travelled the 5 out of the circle, so it actually meant that shot from Simon had to hit the backboard as well. So it was a great pickup.
The appeals of a penalty corner coming from the Alpiners. Marcus Child in there trying to stop it. And nicely scooped around the corner there by Jordan Ward, or Finn Ward rather. But now the Mavericks can get some control. Nice outlet pass coming there from Woods. And now Rhys Gibbs over to Neild.
Bit of space to operate in here.
Here's Haid. Can't get it to Simon Child. In fact, it was Keeney who couldn't get him to Simon Child. And Tarrant will clear with the reverse stick. What a ball that was to Ward. And now Woods steps up. Sarakaya. Neild. With just under 2 to play in this third quarter. There's a good tackle coming in from Wakeling this time. Wow, long period of play without a whistle. Woods. Nice soft hands coming in there from Curley. And there's the deflection again from Kenny, and he can't get it on target. More frustration.
Yeah, it was a tough one to pick up. It was coming like a bullet skipping at his feet. But good pass from Woods. Not allowing the Alpiners really to chance, or making the pass when they were not quite organised.
That's a good ball. Newman can't control it. And again, it's McLean with a really good play. And now space for Neild again.
It's really started to open up this game, and that pass just goes nowhere from Tim Neild.
Well, the Alpiners
Yeah,
sneaking away with a third quarter rather, with that goal through Ingles.
So both coaches would dearly like a bit more control.
That's
in
Tarrant.
This match. Turnovers are coming thick and fast here.
Tarrant, good ball. Now Ingles in space. Hugo Ingles running at the defence. That is a great tackle. And it needed to be made, and it was McIntyre. What a beauty. Now, time against the Mavericks here with only 3 seconds. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Jeepers end-to-end stuff there to win that quarter.
Yeah, it was a little bit, wasn't one of Hugo Ingles' best moments there. It was in a 2-on-1 situation. I think he felt like he could get the shot away before the defender could come, and suddenly realised as he looked to wind up that wasn't the case. Ollie McIntyre pounced on him pretty fast. And then, because he was sort of looking to swing, he couldn't then get the pass away. So he did a pretty good job there, Ollie McIntyre. Timed his challenge very, very well.
Well, 2-1 is the score for the Alpiners. Remember, they really need the victory in this contest. They actually haven't had a win in the Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League yet. And they are here on the cusp with 15 minutes to play. Circle entries are good, 25 as opposed to 16. But they won't want to let this one slip, Lincoln.
Yeah, I mean, certainly on the balance of the game, I think they've looked more dangerous. They've had the better chances. So I think it's a deserved lead. But the Mavericks have got some quality. They've got a smart coaching staff, so it'll be interesting to see what they come up with here. And you can imagine Grant Edwards would be desperate for his team to show. He talked about key players needing to step up, and I mean, this is a couple of key players stepping up right here. Kane Russell finding Hugo Ingles, and Leon Hayward helpless behind that. You can just see all the time that Kane Russell had to pick his pass.
And then Ingles had what seemed like a century to bang it in, didn't he?
Yeah, it was difficult for Punchier. He kind of just probably was a little bit slow to get in the right position to potentially intercept the ball. And then once Ingles had received it, he was on a little bit of hiding to nothing. It was very hard to block the shot. So this will be very interesting to see what tweaks and changes we get here. The Mavericks, they really got to go for it.
Don't know if it'll be interesting to see if they pull their keeper. I don't know whether it's worth the risk here. Lincoln, they're 4 points clear on the table, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I'd imagine they, that's a good point. I suppose goal difference might be a factor, but I imagine they will at some point if they're behind a goal, whether they leave it a little bit later. Of course, they started the last quarter of that game against the Falcons with the keeper off, but they also had the advantage of a Falcons player off the field. So
That's
when
right.
they did it, they had an 11-9 overload.
And Ingles with a lovely interception here. And Ross coming forward. 4 players back here for the Mavericks, and that's a great tackle from Punchier. And now Sarakaya. Nice reverse pass downfield, and Rhys Gibbs has kept it in. And it's out for a long corner. Good play from Rhys Gibbs.
Good pass from Sarakaya too. Good backstick pass.
Here he is. Aiden Sarakaya. Fraser. Punchier. And outwards. They'll run towards the centre. Sarakaya. Easily cut out by Tarrant, and that's come off the Mavericks player, and it's going to be Alpiners' ball.
Yeah, sort of the same old thing from the Mavericks. They sort of shift it around a little bit and end up just deciding, right, let's just try and push this into push or sweep it into the circle.
Geez, they got out of that press really easily, didn't they? And it's a decent pass and a lovely touch to control it from Russell, who's powering into the circle here. And he can't get it to Sam Lane.
Yeah, it was very well played by the Alpiners. That makes for some nice watching, good quick ball movement, getting through the Mavericks press. And it's the one downside. When you press aggressively and teams breach you, then you've got not many numbers at the back to try and cover things off.
Child gives it to Haid. That's a good pass. They need to wait just a fraction for the support to come up, and it's into the circle. And Haid's got it back. He fell over, but no whistle. Simon Child has it now. Tries to lift it over a couple of players and reverse it. Connell. He did pretty well there, George Connell, didn't he?
He did well.
To control that one.
Marcus Child looking to umpire Simon Taylor there and saying, well, where was that ball going? Because if a defender is deemed to deliberately play it over the baseline, it is a penalty corner. So George Connell making it look accidental enough that it was an unintentional playing of the ball over the baseline.
Hauraki plays it into the circle, and again it's gone off a Alpiners stick. Tarrant that time. So more possession for the Mavericks. Woods got Punchier on the left, and he decides to use him. Over to Dutoy in the corner. Well, did that come off some feet? No, it didn't, and it's going to be Alpiners' ball.
Yeah, just lacking a bit of creativity. I'd really love for the Mavericks to have a player asking for the ball in the middle of the pitch around the 25-yard line. And that's an interesting umpiring decision.
Here goes Engels flying down. Oh, what a pass from him. Haywood out making a stop high there on Ward. Great stop from Haywood.
And good goalkeeping from Leon Haywood here. And it was a little bit of a poor touch from Ward there when he received that, which just...
Here's Lane, and it's Punchier again with a great tackle. Punchier getting rid of it. Marcus Child turns, but he links up with his brother. Don't know if he was the intended recipient of that ball, but he ended up with it anyway. Hauraki. Simon Child reaches out with that left arm of his and plays the lifeful hockey there, but Tarrant goes hard against his Black Sticks teammate, and that's a super ball over to Ward. Finn Ward keeps it in. This is Ingles. Crosses it in. Lane. And again, it's stopped by Haywood. And Punchier.
That was some pass from Hugo Ingles.
Was it what?
Good lead by Lane, but unfortunately he just hit his shot straight at Leon Haywood.
Well, interesting. Last quarter, it's really open, Lincoln. It's good stuff. No goals, though.
No goals yet. I mean, the Mavericks are having to force the issue a little bit. The pass, it's just caught Daniel Punchier out a little bit there.
Marcus Child over to Woods. Hauraki. He's hounded by three, including Kane Russell. Now Russell off and running. This is great skill from Kane Russell. Oh, saved again by Haywood, who just scrambles as Nick Ross came flying in. And now could open up here for the Mavericks.
Yeah, good goalkeeping, Leon Haywood. He's made a couple of key stops in the last couple of minutes, and a great elimination skill by kind of using his reach and speed to great effect. Put it across, or tried to find the far corner actually, and Leon Haywood able to make the save.
Now here come the Mavericks into the circle now with a great pass into the circle from Simon Child, but it's not able to be turned into anything by Iswar. Yeah, Haywood, of course, a former Australian international, but he's now been in resident in New Zealand for a while. Qualifies through his mum, Ellie. And now here comes the Mavericks losing possession, and Tarrant just calmly eases it off to Elder.
Yeah, the Mavericks just really lacking
Look at that.
Lacking the venom in that.
Elder into the circle.
Moment.
Here comes Ward. It's lifted, but Marcus Child's going to scramble it to safety. It was Lidstone going close, in fact.
Just a real frenetic pace to this game.
It's great stuff.
Clearly shows some good skill. Here's a big chance for the Mavericks.
Oh, here we go. There's Hauraki. Hauraki into the circle, and it's just past the stick there of Suchun.
Yeah, it was a nice break. Good skill by Curley. They set it up really nicely. Good. It was the right option by Hauraki. Pushed it across, and just Suchun just got the angle of his stick a little bit wrong.
Look, I don't know what our camera operators are being paid, but they probably need to be paid double in this last quarter because the pace has been frenetic. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Oh, you get a thumbs up. That was about it. 2-1 is the score.
Two kebabs tomorrow night.
Hard to believe, Lincoln, we haven't had a goal in this fourth quarter yet.
Yeah, it certainly looked like there could have been a goal or two.
It's Lane cutting it out beautifully. Ingles. Now here comes Lidstone running ahead of him. So too is Ross. But Ingles. Good decision, just to hold it back a little bit. Jackson. Oh, and it's just snuck under the stick there of Gus Wakeling.
Yeah, you think the longer this game stays at 2-1, the more nervous the Alpiners, I mean, certainly the more nervous their coaching staff are going to be.
Yeah, both their women's and men's teams have a tendency in the Sentinel Homes Premier League to give up winning positions. And they'll be hoping that trend doesn't continue here. Tarrant.
Seems very un-Southern, doesn't it, as well? I mean,
oh, there's an easy turnover, and Haid running at the defence now. Here's Cam Haid. Great tackle on the edge of the circle. What a beauty that was. And George Connell take a bow.
Yeah, George Connell again. Great spot tackle made on Cam Haid. Wasn't a bad piece of skill by Cam Haid, but Connell was equal to it.
6:40 to go. All action in this last quarter.
Two Christchurch boys, high school boys doing battle against one another there.
Tim Neild. McLean. Now McIntyre. Woods. Over at the top to Dutoy. Nicely controlled by Garrick Dutoy. So lonesome a little bit over there.
Yeah, I think he would dearly have loved to have had a little infield pass there, but he was
looking for it, wasn't he?
Left all alone.
Nick Elder. Connell. Bryden. All these players at the moment on the field for the Alpines Advantage Black Sticks players at the back. Fraser's done great there. And off he goes, Fraser.
Fraser's showed some good moments of skill.
He's been pretty good in all the games that he's played.
Yeah, he has been. He's maybe one guy who might be able to unlock the Alpiners' defence for the Mavericks.
Elder hasn't timed that reverse pass at all.
Used the back of his stick as
well.
well.
In fact, yes. Now, Haid with a quick turn. Oh, that's not a great pass. I thought Iswell was fast, but he's not that fast. Ross. Good skills from the Alpiners captain. Nice one-touch pass from Ingles, but it's nicely read by Dutoy, but Russell's picked up the dregs. Here comes Kane Russell into the circle. Dangerous times. Haywood again. It's gone in. Oh, my word, it's gone in. Sam Lane has got the decisive goal for the Alpiners with less than 5 to go.
That'll help Grant Edwards stop his knees from wobbling. 2-goal advantage, and yeah, well done. It was a bit fortunate the way it sort of looped up off the stick of Nick Woods, but jeepers, what an opportunist goal from Sam Lane.
But Russell, when he goes into the circle, Lincoln, something always happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's and that's been the real difference for me in this game. The Alpiners have had more control of the match for sure, but it's in those critical moments where they get near the circle. Ingles, Ross, Kane Russell, they're just, Sam Lane, they've just shown that a little bit more creativity. The Mavericks have just been lacking that.
And the Mavericks have rolled the dice. Dean Cousins, their coach, has pulled Leon Haywood. So no goalkeeper now for the Mavericks as Child crashes it in. Still going to be Mavericks ball. Haywood's had a pretty good game.
He has done. He's probably the reason that the score's only 3-1.
But it's now real roll of dice time for the Mavericks. They've got 3 minutes 48 to do something.
Yeah, but it's hard to see it happening just because the way the Alpiners have dealt with most of what they've thrown at them.
Suchun over in the corner. Free hit conceded. Suchun gives it back to Marcus Child, and now Panchia. McLean crashes it in. It's been deflected away though by Tarrant. It's funny, isn't it, how the really good, experienced players always seem to pop up at the moments that they need to. And Tarrant has been Johnny on the spot so many times in this game.
He has been. That's a bit better from the Mavericks.
Oh, that's a push.
Oh,
it's gone the other way. Well, that went against Simon Child. I thought he looked the victim there.
I certainly did as well. So I'm not sure. It's going to be hard to see from this angle. It's Here's a better view of it. Yeah, that's a little bit confused as to why it's gone the way of
Nick Elder. Yeah. Yeah, certainly looked 50-50, that one.
70-30. That's a bit better from the Mavericks.
Fraser back to Simon Child.
We're running out of time here, the Mavericks. Only 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, and they need to get 2.
And they're playing with 11 outfield players, but that pass ain't finding them target. Lane. And this is the danger. This is the danger with no keeper. Jackson, no, it's far too strong from Sam Lane. But that's not going to hurt the Alpiners too much, I don't think, Lincoln. They're happy to soak up a few more seconds with the Mavericks forced to build from that part of the field. McIntyre. It's Keeney trying to come back and win it, but he's lost it. And now Lane, one to beat here. Panchia. Lane into the circle. This is brilliant. Oh, it's come off his foot.
I felt like Sam Lane could possibly lodge a complaint to the police with that challenge, and it's gone unpunished. Cheap as it looked, horrible. But he did really well to stay strong on the ball. But in the end, it's gone against him.
Child crashed in with a magnificent reverse stick shot. It's been gathered by Su Chun. Still there, but the Alpiners cover the back nicely. So they crowded the goal.
I've just been so calm at the back, the Alpiners. It just seems to...
Russell. Almost getting out of an impossible situation there. He's so good on the ball, isn't he?
He can play hockey, there's no doubt about that. And Punchier gets in to intercept it, but I think
less
that'll
than a minute to go. That will be less than a minute to go. And the Mavericks could be in danger here of conceding another. Now Panchia needs to get it downfield and downfield fast. Marcus Child, nice touch for Tim to Woods. Fraser there. Now McIntyre. Simon Child ain't going to get that one.
It's not going to help there. It sort of sums up the Mavericks night, really. Just a whole lot of things that not quite good enough.
So the Alpiners will get their first win of the 2020 Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League. And a deserved victory it's been. 3 terrific goals as Lane crashes it in, looks for Jackson. That will be it. So congratulations to the Southern Alpiners. They win this game thanks to goals from Newman, Ingles and Lane, and they get the win 3-1.
Yeah, and it's probably the results the neutrals would want, because it makes this competition, really livens it up now. Both teams on 6 points with 2 to play. It means all those games have a bit of meaning.
Yes, indeed. So very good performance from the Southern Alpiners. They really have put their best game of this league out there tonight against the Mavericks and move up the table. We'll be back to wrap up this contest in just a moment.
A new home is one of life's great adventures. Sentinel will help you enjoy the journey. Sentinel Homes. Design, build, enjoy.
Introducing the new Ford Escape ST Line X. Packed with the latest features so you can get moving, do more and go further. Now available with the Ford Assured Future Value Finance offer. Simply pick your payment plan and at the end of the term, choose if you want to keep your Ford Escape, return your Ford Escape or upgrade to a new Ford. Easy. Ford. Bring on tomorrow.
Well, as the sun sets on another beautiful Waikato day, it's been a great day for the Southern Alpiners as well, who've posted their first win in the Sentinel Homes Premier Men's Hockey League for 2020. Convincing victory here, 3-1 over the Hauraki Mavericks. Let's go down to Lincoln now and get the winning captain with him. Here's Nick Ross.
All right, with Alpiners captain Nick Ross. So Nick Ross shaved off the mow and got the result today.
Yeah. Didn't go so well for me last weekend, so we had to try something new. Hopefully came out with the result this time.
Yeah, and how good did it feel to be 3-1 up with a couple of minutes to play there rather than just a one-goal advantage?
Yeah, that buffer's definitely nice. We made it tough on ourselves last weekend without maybe capitalising as much as we could on the attacking end, but then letting it slip on the defensive end, so much better effort at both ends for us tonight.
Yeah, so certainly looked like you showed all your experience, your boys tonight, just in controlling the end of that match.
Yeah, I think that was the key difference for us. Last weekend things were getting away from us. We weren't able to grab it back, but tonight we could settle things down a wee bit and play it at our pace.
Yeah, well done on the first one, and good luck for the rest. So Nick Wood's rolling in here, captain of the Mavericks. A little bit of a frustrating night for the boys.
Yeah, everyone loves a game of ping pong, eh? It's quite end to end, and yeah, it definitely wasn't our ideal way to play hockey, but hopefully tomorrow's another day and we'll come back firing.
Yeah, all to play for now in the competition. So a little bit of cutting edge missing up the front end tonight. So hopefully you'll try and find the rhythm a little bit more in the next couple of games.
Yeah, I suppose back to the books and see what our game plan comes in tomorrow. But there's definitely a link missing up there, and we'll hope to have guys like Pup back in a couple of days, which would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay, well, all the best, and look forward.
Thanks, guys.
So here is the updated points table. The Falcons, after their 3-1 win over the Tridents earlier today, in fact, full-time scores the same in both games. It's the Falcons leading with 4 wins from 4 games. Aren't they going great with a plus goal differential there of 9? They're going great. 16 points. They're in the final, but it's all on now for second place, with the Alpiners moving to 6, and they have a superior goal differential too over the Mavericks. And even the Tridents aren't out of it if they can pinch a win. And perhaps, just perhaps, that win is coming tomorrow, because we have 2 more games coming tomorrow, and the Tridents are up first against the Alpiners. That one's starting at 5 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll have the match coming between the Mavericks and the red-hot Falcons, who have been going great in this competition. So 2 good games coming up tomorrow. We hope you can join us then on behalf of the whole Sky Sport Next team here in Hamilton. It's a very good evening, and thanks for watching.
The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League is proudly brought to you by Hockey New Zealand in association with Sentinel Homes, Vantage Windows and Doors, Computer Concepts Limited, Sky Sport, your home for hockey, and Sport New Zealand. The Sentinel Homes Premier Hockey League, live.